You're watching Adorama TV.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Adorama TV. We're talking today about Tether Tools. Now Tether Tools are all kinds of tools that allow you to shoot tethered in the studio or on location. So we've got a lot of stuff to show you today, so let's get started. First of all, we have some bags. So all the stuff we're going to show you today, they have bags that will help you to organize everything. This guy right here is a bag that will allow you, it's called the Tether Pro Cable Management Bag, and this will allow you to make sure that all of your cables that you use, USB cables, firewire cables, all the different things that you have, don't get lost. So that's really important when you're on location. And then also the tables that we're going to show you also have transportation bags and storage bags, so they won't get all scratched up. So all kinds of bags and stuff to do this. But really the heart and soul of all of these things have to do with two things. One, it's the Tether Table and the jerk stopper. So first of all, let me talk a little bit about the Tether Table. So I've got this one. This is the Tether Table Aero Black Standard. It's a tongue twister there. But it's really nice, and you can see that it's got some edges on each side. So if you put a laptop on there, it's not going to slide off. It is counterbalanced a little bit, so this where the stand goes is not right in the center, so it makes sure that your laptop's nice and weighted on one side. And then underneath this, I'll show you, this has an attachment that will allow you to attach this to almost any stand. So it's got like a baby junior socket for a normal light stand. It's got a 1/4 and I think it's a 5/8 or 3/8. So these are all the normal threads that you would use. So you can attach this to like a magic arm made by Manfrotto. You can mount it to any kind of light stand, and it's really, really simple and easy to use. So it doesn't come with a stand, so you need to use a light stand that you already have or buy one. But the nice thing is it will mount to just about anything, so you can have it in any configuration you want. Now that's the Tether Table Aero Black Standard. Now the Tether Table Aero Master is something we're going to talk a little bit more about in a second, but first let me talk to you about something that's sort of the heart and soul of the Tether Tools, and that's this little device right here. It's called the jerk stopper, and we'll see these on both the camera and on the table itself. But what this does is it makes sure that the cable has no tension on where it plugs into the camera, so that as you're moving around and getting your shot, you don't have danger of this thing falling out. So you give it a little bit of slack there, and then that way when anything tugs on that, it leaves that attachment alone, and so you're not going to lose your connection to your computer, and that's really, really important when you're shooting tethered. Now always when you're done with this, you can just click this little thing, it pops out, and then you're disconnected, which is really, really easy. So let me put my camera aside just for a second, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Tether Table itself. Again, this is the Tether Table Aero Master. It's a little bit larger than the one I showed you earlier. Has the exact same attachment on the bottom, so it'll attach to any light stand or you know, a magic arm or something like that. Now what this guy has, first of all, it's the same depth as the standard table. So they both will have enough room for you to put a laptop. This is a MacBook Pro, and some hard drives. So usually when I'm shooting tethered, I want to back up all of my photos, and so there's plenty of room to do that. And then what you have is the other end of the cable is attached with a little Velcro on the bottom there, and so it makes sure that my cable isn't going to rip out from the connection to my hard drive. Now the other thing is these attachments here, I'm going to show you another one. You can either do a Velcro attachment, or there's this attachment right here, and we'll get a close-up of it. This is actually for a USB port, and so if you don't want to use the Velcro, you can plug this into a USB port, a spare USB port on your laptop. They have also the same one for a network connection. So let me show you how that plugs in. What it does is you put your cable through there, and then you can plug this into a spare USB port, and so it's nice and securely holding your cable to your laptop itself. Or again, you can use the Velcro, or you can use a network connection. So there's all kinds of options for making sure that your cables stay snug to your laptop or computer. Now on the table itself, there's some really nice features. I'm going to swivel this around here so you can see this. On the right hand side of the table is a mouse pad, so you can use this if you're using a mouse on location. And there's plenty of room. Then I have this little strap here. This is called a secure strap. I'm going to close this down just a little bit. And what it does is it's a nice tight strap, and it will make sure that you can either hold a laptop down, or I've got it holding my power connection and my hard drive. So it's just an elastic thing, and it attaches right to the table itself. So you can get multiple straps if you want to hold a laptop and cables and things like that. So there's a lot of options for making sure things don't slide around on your table itself. So this is a really, really nice thing. Now we've got the jerk stoppers that go on your camera, the jerk stoppers that go on the table. We've got two different tables, a larger one that's called the Tether Table Aero Master, and then there's the standard. There's this is the nice aluminum look. There's a black table as well. Bags for all of this stuff, and this stuff is pretty reasonably priced. So all of the different devices, the straps, the different jerk stoppers, the bags, they're around $20 each, and then the tables are around $200, and it's really, really nice. Now these things are really, really secure, so you can not only hold a laptop on these, but if you need some desk space or something in the studio that you want to hold, these will hold up to, I think it's about 50 pounds, so they're really, really durable. So if you have a monitor or something that you need to put up there, you can do that, and then you can secure it with your secure strap. So it's not just for shooting tethered, it's for holding anything that you need to do in a studio. So those are Tether Tools, a lot of options that you can use, and you can see more information about Tether Tools at the Adorama Learning Center. You can see some pictures of how we've used these in the studio. It's really, really nice. And again, thanks for joining us for this episode of Adorama TV. If you have any questions about photography equipment, you can always send those to me at AskMark@Adorama.com. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next week.
This episode is brought to you by Adorama TV. Visit the Adorama Learning Center, where you'll find photography tips and techniques, links to the gear used in this episode, and related videos. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. And the next time you're in New York City, visit our store located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.